A small fire in the Acorn Woods revealed a horrifying truth: the remains of a 24-year-old college student who had suffered severe injuries after a violent attack with a dangerous object.
Hello everyone, my name is Jackie Vandagriff.
24-year-old Jackie Vandagriff, a student at Texas Women's University, was a young woman full of energy and smiles. Her death horrified a community after learning the dismembered remains of her body were found charred near Lake Grapevine back in September of 2016, just 2 nights after she met the man accused of killing her, Charles Bryant.
O'Brien's defense is claiming that Vandagriff died during consensual sex that night. They say it was out of panic that the defendant dismembered and burned her body. If he's convicted, Bryant faces life in prison.
The stranger seen with her on camera that night was ultimately sentenced to life in prison, bringing closure to one of the most heartbreaking cases in Texas. Jackie Vandagriff was a bright young woman born in 1992 in Frisco, Texas. She grew up in a loving family and was described by those around her as cheerful, intelligent, compassionate, and always willing to help others. After spending some time trying to find her direction in life, Jackie decided to return to her studies and pursue her passion for nutrition. She enrolled at Texas Women's University in Denton, majoring in nutrition and food science, with the dream of becoming a sports nutritionist dedicated to helping people live healthier and more confident lives. Jackie had just moved into a shared residence with 3 other students. And to better understand this lively, radiant young woman, let's hear from Jackie herself. The following video is a class project she once created, and it perfectly captures the image of a petite woman full of life, faith, and hope for the future.
Hello everyone, my name is Jacqueline Vandagriff, but friends call me Jackie. I am originally from the Colony, Texas, but I moved to Frisco when I was in elementary school, and I graduated from Wakeland High School. I am currently a junior here at Texas Women's University, and my major is nutrition with an emphasis in wellness. I chose this major because I realized while working as an esthetician, which is skincare if you're not familiar, I realized the importance of nutrition and just overall health, and decided that this is what I was going to study. As far as my career aspirations go, right now I'm most interested in corporate wellness. I think more and more companies are starting to recognize the need to provide health resources for their employees. So I think right now that's where I'm wanting to go with my career. In this class, I hope to learn more about how to use the resources available to reach different individuals and to communicate effectively with the amount of diversity that we have in our community, as well as just building on my overall communication skills.
On the evening of Tuesday, September 13th, 2016, Jackie decided to go out to relax and connect with new friends. She left home alone and walked to the lively downtown area nearby, a place filled with restaurants and bars popular among college students and young people in the community. Not long before that, she had been in a relationship, but the two had parted ways on good terms. Phone records later showed that she and her former partner still occasionally exchanged friendly messages. But aside from that, Jackie was single and open to meeting new people, hoping to build positive friendships and connections in her life. In the early morning of September 14th, 2016, before the sky had even begun to brighten, a man out for his usual walk in Acorn Woods Park in Grapevine, Texas, suddenly noticed a small blaze flickering not far from the parking area. The thick trees and overgrown brush made it difficult to see clearly what was happening, but sensing that something was wrong, he decided to move closer. As he approached, he saw a small fire burning near the edge of the woods, and at the same time, a silver or gray SUV sped away from the area. He immediately waved down two Parks and Recreation employees, Brock Howard and Mark Lockwood, who happened to be driving by in a work truck. The two men quickly stopped, grabbed a 5-gallon bucket of water from the back of their truck, normally used for cleaning their tools, and poured it over the flames to extinguish the fire. But as the smoke began to clear, the scene before them left them stunned. They realized this was no ordinary fire, and without hesitation, they called 911 to alert authorities. Grapevine Patrol Officer Oscar Ramirez was the first to arrive at the scene, followed shortly by Fire Chief Darrell Brown, who happened to be returning from a nearby call. When they got there, they discovered the still smoldering remains of a small blue plastic kiddie pool that had been badly burned, along with evidence suggesting the possible presence of human remains that had been severely damaged. At first, they couldn't determine whether it was male or female, only that the body appeared to be small in size. Additional units were immediately dispatched, including the local crime lab. Officer Ramirez quickly secured the entire area and called for backup. The Texas Rangers were brought in, along with an FBI forensics team, to assist with the investigation. Officers began taking statements from anyone who might have been near the park at that time, and reviewed all surrounding security camera footage in hopes of finding images that could help shed light on what had happened.
We reached out to them just strictly for their resources and their evidence removal capability, so that's why they're assisting us with this investigation.
Although the remains had been severely burned, making on-site identification impossible, the officers present noted several significant details. The victim's body showed signs of serious violation after death, with visible evidence suggesting aggressive interference with parts of the limbs. Some portions of the remains were found inside plastic bags placed on top of the blue kiddie pool. The disturbing condition of the scene led investigators to conclude that this was an especially serious case. The remains were immediately transported for forensic examination under the supervision of Texas Ranger Trace McDonald and detectives from the Grapevine Police Department. The autopsy was conducted by Dr. Tasha Greenberg of the Tarrant County Medical Examiner's Office. During the examination, forensic experts noted that the remains still carried the odor of an accelerant, possibly because the fire had been extinguished too early, before it could completely consume the surrounding materials. The fact that the fire was extinguished in time inadvertently helped preserve part of the victim's clothing, including a pair of blue jeans and a gray t-shirt bearing the logo of Texas Women's University. One of the victim's hands had been almost completely burned, but the other still retained traces of nail polish and was intact enough for forensic specialists to collect fingerprint samples in hopes of identifying her through database records. The victim's head had been severely damaged by heat, making visual identification impossible. While awaiting fingerprint comparison results, the medical examiner determined that the victim was an adult female, under 5 feet tall, and likely weighed less than 100 pounds. Further analysis also revealed signs of interference with the chest area after the victim had passed, though there was no conclusive evidence indicating the exact cause of death. Other injuries appeared to have occurred post-mortem, suggesting an attempt by the perpetrator to conceal evidence or mislead the investigation. By around 2:30 p.m. that same day, fingerprint analysis confirmed the victim's identity as Jackie Vandagriff, a 24-year-old student at Texas Women's University. Detectives were immediately dispatched to the apartment where she lived to search for clues regarding her disappearance. There, they interviewed her 3 roommates, who described Jackie as a diligent student, focused on her studies, and not involved in any romantic relationships since moving in. The last time they had seen her was 2 nights before the discovery of her remains. When investigators searched her room, they found nothing unusual. Jackie's Mazda was still parked in its usual spot, untouched for several days. Inside the car, her wallet, cash, and credit cards were all intact. The vehicle was later transported to the police department for forensic examination as part of the ongoing investigation. A team of investigators was then sent to meet Jackie's family in the Argyle, Texas area to learn more about her daily life, habits, and personal relationships. The family provided police with her cell phone number and carrier information, since the phone had not been found at the scene. From there, investigators quickly traced her most recent call and message history. The first contact was her ex-boyfriend, whom Jackie had broken up with a few months earlier. The two had remained friendly and occasionally chatted, but he was quickly ruled out as a suspect after providing a solid alibi, proving he was not in Grapevine at the time of the incident. The next lead came from a simple message sent by a woman named Sherry Bogg. No one expected that Sherry would become the key piece in helping investigators retrace Jackie Vandagriff's final hours. In her statement, Sherry explained that she and 2 friends had gone out on the night of September 13th to Fry Street Public House, a local bar popular among college students looking to unwind. Between about 9:15 and 9:30 p.m. that night, Jackie was seen sitting at the bar talking with a bald man in his late 20s, muscular in build and with tanned skin. He was chatting casually with the bartender when Sherry approached and struck up a conversation with Jackie. The 2 women quickly became friendly and even exchanged phone numbers. Not long after, Sherry and her friends decided to leave the bar and head down the street to another spot called Shots and Craft. However, just a few minutes later, Jackie and the same man showed up at the new bar and joined the group of young women. According to Sherry's account, Jackie spent most of the time talking with her, while the man repeatedly tried to insert himself into their conversation. Later that night, Sherry and her friends left, and that was the last time she saw Jackie. From that moment on, she received no further texts or calls from her new acquaintance. Detectives later visited both bars to collect surveillance footage from that night. They also expanded the search around the area, including the nearby Crooked Crust Pizzeria, which had a camera facing the parking lot. Sergeant Mark Shamik was assigned to Fry Street Public House to interview the bartender, Katie Allen, who not only remembered Jackie, but also recognized the man she was with. Katie stated that she knew him from before, having met him a few times, though they weren't close. She also mentioned that he was going through a messy breakup and seemed to be dealing with unresolved personal issues. Footage from the Crooked Crust Pizzeria camera showed that the man had appeared there earlier that afternoon. He bought a quarter of a pizza, sat down to drink a soda, and then left carrying the pizza box. The exterior camera captured him walking down the street, bringing the pizza to the public house bar to share with Katie Allen. His vehicle, a silver Mitsubishi Outlander SUV, also appeared in the upper right corner of the surveillance video. Later that evening, another camera showed the same vehicle making a quick U-turn before parking parallel across the street from Fry Street Public House. This silver Mitsubishi matched the description of the vehicle seen near the Acorn Woods scene the following morning. At approximately 5:57 p.m., Charles exited the SUV and walked across the street into the bar. Just 3 minutes later, Jackie appeared, also crossing the street to enter the public house, She had no way of knowing that this chance encounter would change everything. Outside, a light rain began to fall. Jackie, who had walked from her apartment to the bar, met the man again, Charles, who seemed friendly and polite, even offering to drive her home so she wouldn't have to walk in the rain. Perhaps, in that brief moment, Jackie felt a hint of kindness, a small spark of hope for a new friendship. The two left the bar, crossed the street, and got into his vehicle. That moment was captured on camera, 8:47 p.m. After leaving the bar, Jackie and Charles sat in the car for about 20 minutes. No one knows exactly what they talked about, but soon the vehicle began moving into the night. Using location data from Jackie's cell phone combined with area surveillance footage, investigators were able to trace their route. The first signal was recorded at a 7-Eleven convenience store on Oak Street in Denton, Texas. In the video, Jackie remained in the car while Charles went inside. He walked straight to the restroom, then quickly returned to the counter to purchase 2 cans of alcoholic beverages and a steak and cheese sandwich. From there, Jackie's phone signal continued moving toward Fort Worth, Texas, finally stopping at 1:32 a.m., according to a cell tower ping on Blue Mound Road in Haslett, just a few miles from where Charles lived. According to location data, Jackie's phone signal stopped in the northeastern area near the cell tower, only about 3 miles north of where Charles lived. At that time, Charles Bryant was not an unfamiliar name to local law enforcement. He had previously been arrested twice in Grapevine for possession of illegal substances and falsifying documents. Records also showed a prior charge for a minor violent offense in the state of Washington a few years earlier. However, what drew particular attention from investigators was that Charles was currently under a restraining order requested by his ex-girlfriend in Denton. The order had been issued after he repeatedly stalked and harassed her, leading campus police at the University of North Texas to begin searching for him for violating that order. Before this incident, Charles had dated a petite 18-year-old girl for about 3 months until she decided to end the relationship. He refused to accept the breakup and continued contacting and following her, causing her to fear for her safety. On September 6, 2016, just 1 week before Jackie disappeared, Charles had been arrested for violating the protective order and was prohibited from entering the campus area where his ex-girlfriend attended school. An official restraining order had been issued to prevent Charles from contacting or harassing his ex-girlfriend any further. But it had little effect. Just a few days later, he returned to her dorm with flowers, trying to convince her to take him back. When campus police were notified and arrived, Charles had already left the area, but a warrant for his arrest was soon issued, authorizing officers to detain him if he appeared again. At the same time, a local task force was assigned to monitor his residence at 1417 Sand Hills Drive in Haslett, Texas, a 4-bedroom home he shared with 2 roommates. During surveillance, the arrest warrant for violating the restraining order was officially signed, allowing police to take him into custody when necessary. Investigators also obtained warrants to search his home, vehicle, and phone for evidence. When officers moved in, Charles left the house, got into his car, and drove off. But he was stopped just a block away. He was ordered out of the vehicle and handcuffed for questioning. His silver Mitsubishi Outlander SUV was impounded for forensic examination. Initially, the seizure was part of an investigation into stalking behavior But within a short time, the vehicle became a crucial piece of evidence in the case connected to Jackie Vandagriff. Inside the car, police found a dangerous item resembling a Sig Sauer Mosquito .22 caliber handgun and a stun device hidden beneath the dashboard. Notably, the device still had a long blonde hair attached to it. Upon closer inspection, investigators discovered multiple plastic zip ties matching those found at the crime scene, along with small fragments of blue plastic consistent with the material of the burned kiddie pool. In the rear compartment, they also noticed suspicious traces and several more blonde hairs. They even recovered the clothing Charles had worn on the night Jackie disappeared, a key detail that further strengthened the link between him and the crime. A search warrant was executed at Charles's home, where his roommates happened to return just as he was being arrested. They fully cooperated with investigators. During the search, police discovered 4 large plastic kiddie pools placed in 2 spare rooms, each being used for a small-scale illegal substance cultivation setup. In the backyard, another blue plastic pool, identical to the one found at the fire scene, was being used to bathe Charles's dogs. Nearby on the grass, investigators noticed a circular patch indicating that a similar pool had recently been placed there. Using satellite imagery, detectives confirmed that in the past, 2 blue pools with the same cartoon fish design had been located in that yard. In the trash bin, they found a bag containing a black purse identical to the one Jackie had carried on the night she disappeared, still bearing the Texas Woman's University logo. Another plastic zip tie with a few strands of blonde hair tangled inside was also recovered from the same trash bin. In Charles's bedroom, investigators found a Ka-bar military-style knife along with a small red plastic canister containing a flammable liquid. Testing revealed that traces on the knife matched samples collected from the crime scene, and surveillance footage from a nearby gas station captured Charles appearing tense as he filled the red container with fuel in the early morning hours, just a few hours before the fire in Acorn Woods was discovered. A receipt found in his room confirmed that at approximately 4:45 a.m. that same morning, Charles had been at a nearby Walmart purchasing a shovel. When detectives examined the backyard, they noticed clear signs of freshly disturbed soil, suggesting he might have been attempting to dispose of something or conceal evidence. When questioned, one of his roommates stated that Charles claimed he was digging to make a koi pond. With the overwhelming evidence gathered, the case was becoming increasingly clear to investigators. Charles was transported to headquarters and interrogated by 2 detectives and a sergeant. When confronted with the evidence, he didn't deny any of it. Instead, he repeatedly said he didn't remember anything about what had happened.
It had to have been me. Obviously, it all points to me. I can't recall that. I don't know why I would. Someone I don't know even.
But the thing about it is having the conversation with
Yeah,
the
the
neighbor
following
next
day,
day.
I get it.
Yeah.
And I think
And
it's
so,
a Caitlin.
why in the world?
Charles, you want something to drink?
Thanks, man.
I'm Sergeant Henley. We haven't met. I feel like I know you, though, because I've been watching the goings-on or whatnot. And I keep hearing you say you don't know what's going on. You don't remember. You don't this. You don't that. Come on, man. We've laid it out for you, okay?
It's there. End up in Grapevine. I remember that.
We're over there at your house, okay? We have video of you with this girl.
Showed me.
You're at the bar. Her cell phone goes to your house. You're walking around Walmart at 4 o'clock in the morning buying a shovel.
Having call service.
She's found dead in a pool that came from your backyard. Okay?
Yeah.
You
it's on
can't
me.
tell me you can't tell me you don't remember.
I don't know why.
Come on, man.
Well, I'm giving
You
you
were
that.
there.
Obviously.
You did all these things, and there is no way in the world that a
can't
man
recall
could
killing
travel all the way from Hazlitt to Grapevine, from Denton to Hazlitt to Grapevine, and not remember. Stand up and man up and tell us what you did for this girl's family.
I'm admitting to it. I can't remember killing anyone, man.
You've got to. There's no way you remember all the big things in your life. Okay? Very few are bigger than taking another human life.
Yeah, it's pretty drastic.
I know it's in there. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
I know you got it in you.
I don't know how.
Talk to me.
I'm trying.
Tell me.
The past hour and a half, I've been racking my brain.
There's no way, man. There's no way in the world that you do not remember this. There's no way.
Woke up. I don't even remember taking her home. I thought it was.
She went to your house.
Yeah, I don't remember taking her to my place, man. I don't. I thought I went home by myself.
And you killed her. You killed her. And then you didn't just leave her there, you drove her to Grapevine. Tell me you don't remember that. Putting her in the car. Come on. You were at the bar with her in Denton. Y'all drove to your house. You killed her. You drove her to Grapevine. And you don't remember any of that?
I just remember waking up hungover. I don't know how I could kill someone, man. I don't. It's like it's not me. But obviously it is me. It's like I just...
Out of all those things that I've told you there, how is that possible that you don't remember?
I think I wasn't drunk. I really don't.
It's not about being drunk, Charles. The people kill people when they're drunk because they drive down the road and they hit them, okay? They don't murder them and then take them to another place. Look at me, man. They don't. I've been doing this for 25 years, okay? I've heard a lot of blackout stories. I've seen a lot of blackout stories. This is not a blackout story. And the fact that you can't look me in the eyes...
I don't remember, man. I don't.
It's down in there. And it's weighing on you. It's dragging you
this
down.
This entire thing is.
I know. And you would at least feel better...
Telling you something I don't know?
Telling me the truth.
You feel better. I don't know, man.
You do know, Charles. There's no way you could not know.
Investigators were confident they had the right man, but what they still lacked was a genuine confession. Charles didn't deny the overwhelming evidence against him, yet he also refused to admit responsibility for the tragedy. To move forward, they needed him not only to acknowledge that the evidence was real, but also to explain what had happened and why. For that reason, the Texas Rangers brought in Jim Holland, a top expert in suspect interrogation, particularly in serious cases, to work directly with Charles. Ranger Holland began by building trust, engaging in casual conversation and sharing stories about topics like fitness and relationships to make Charles feel at ease and gradually open up to the truth.
Jackie Holland, Texas Rangers. So, I'm kind of egocentric, so let me talk about me. Is that all right? If you don't mind.
You seem like a cool guy.
Do what?
You seem like a cool guy, so I'm all ears.
Well, I guess I try. Maybe I don't try. Maybe it just happens. I don't know. And the nice thing about my job is when I get an assignment, everyone kind of bends over for me. So if I need something from the lab, let's say another ranger is trying to get something run to the lab and they say, hey, it's going to be a month. Well, I can call up and say, hey, I need that. And man, I got people popping out of bed and everything like that. And that's a good thing about, working directly for the governor. The bad thing is you get phone calls all the time and you're getting flown all over the place and he expects results. So of us 8 USIT guys, I'm the senior one, so I get all the big fun phone calls. But it's an interesting gig. I'm never bored or anything like that.
Now, let's let Charles give his side of the story.
Tell me what's going on today. Why are you wearing the Village People outfit?
Right. Tuesday, it's like...
They didn't have anything else for you to wear?
That's it. I was wearing my shorts and I'm like, oh, I gotta change in this, but I don't mind. Yeah, it's crazy because I really don't remember meeting this girl. It's like, I met her at a public house and...
A public house?
Yeah, it's a bar in Denton.
Oh, okay.
And it's like we left there and I thought we kind of parted ways, but we were at another bar drinking. But apparently she was with me. We came back to my place, and I don't remember driving home with her, which is insane. But yeah, because I got a text like the following day, because like really I just found out yesterday. It's like oh, you're our lead suspect, and she's dead. I'm like, that's fucking insane. But one of my clients, she texted me, and she's like, oh yeah, there's a body found in it's like Grapevine Lake area, and she's like, we were close to that area. I'm like, that's fucking insane. And I was like, oh, let's just train somewhere else the following day because we're supposed to train on Friday morning. But yeah, turns out it was me, and it's just nuts. Like, I don't even know this girl. It's like I don't remember her name, and it's blown my mind because it's so out of character for me. It's like I'm not an angry guy. I'm not aggressive. It's I don't know. I've been trying to think over it last night, and I just don't remember leaving with her. It's like. Because all I remember is like this tiny little thing. I commented on that because I went and saw my friend Katie, and she's a bartender, and we were drinking there. And I've been there pretty much all day, just because I was going through some crap with my ex. And called a lawyer, blah 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 blah, and I just went to go drink with Katie. But I don't think I was that drunk. I remember going home. I thought I went home alone, but I didn't. But I'm taking it's like all the events is on me. It's like I'm just I can't remember doing it, but it's me. It's totally me. There's no doubt about it. But I just want to go forward with it. I don't know where I'm gonna go. It's,
Right.
It's jail. I'm fine with that. And, one of the detectives yesterday was saying that Texas has a death penalty. I'm like, all right, great. I'm gonna die in jail, but I can't fight it. It's obviously me. I can't remember doing anything. Because they gave me time frames, and I was like, I woke up at like 9. I just felt like really groggy and tired. I thought I was just hungover, but yeah, they're like, you're here, here, and here. I'm like, how the fuck? But
However, Charles's claim of not remembering anything was clearly not enough to help investigators uncover the truth. Understanding this, Ranger Jim Holland gently explained that in some cases of trauma-related memory disruption, a person's recollections might become temporarily suppressed and only resurface gradually over time, often in fragmented pieces rather than as a complete memory. This psychological approach began to make Charles more cooperative. He agreed to work with Holland to retrace his memories of that fateful night step by step. After several hours of conversation, Charles slowly began to open up and started describing details he had previously insisted he couldn't remember.
Have you ever met this chick before?
never know.
Can you remember what she looks like?
It's a tiny little blonde girl.
Yeah. Did they show you a picture yesterday, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I remember commenting at public house. I was like, oh, you're really tiny. Because she was sitting down, and then she stood up because I don't know. We were just drinking. I was like, oh, you're little. I remember that. We kept drinking. We all leave around like 9 something because Katie had to leave. I just got split because I thought I went over to another bar.
You did. You went to a second bar.
Yeah, not that one. It's like I thought I went to that one, and there was a guy in there. There's a bartender.
Yeah, the bartender in there said you were in there chatting the chick up.
Yeah, they showed me pictures yesterday, and they were at the same time. And they gave a girl my card. I don't know why we leave together. I lied when I kill someone. I don't. I don't know how that would escalate. So there's a zip tie. It had her hair on it.
Well, you know what gets you. Well, so this is the swimming pool that's missing from your backyard, right? It didn't burn up all the way, and the edges curled over. So your DNA's, all over it. Fingerprints, DNA, and everything in the backside of the body, same thing. There's DNA on it. The other side of the swimming pool, there's DNA, there's fingerprints, there's dog hair that's going to end up matching, I think, your dog's. And you got the knife with, that test isn't back yet, but the knife that's in your closet is going to come back with her blood on it. And the reason that they found out right away is it wasn't burned up all the way, so they were able to get fingerprints. It's called AFIS, Automatic Fingerprinting Information System. So they can basically, the morgue rolls her fingerprints because they're not off there, and then that's how we identify her so fast. And underneath her nails, she's got some skin. It's going to come back, we believe, to you. They just got their stuff, your DNA, yesterday, and then I started
doing the swap and everything.
Yeah, I started pushing that. It was going to be 30 days, and I started pushing that last night. So the stuff starts coming back, and that's some of those texts. I asked them to update me as we go through, so I know definitive things. I can already tell you what's going to be there, but the swimming pool, your DNA on her body, or what's going to end up being your dog's hairs in the pool on her clothes. But your roommate's got you out there at 4 a.m. digging a hole in the backyard. Let's see if I got a picture of the swimming pool where you dug a hole. But you're digging a hole basically where that swimming pool was, and he said you're putting in a kiki pond. You remember that conversation with him?
Koi pond?
Koi pond, yeah. You remember telling him that you were putting in a koi pond at 4 a.m.?
God, about a koi pond, that's crazy. I remember digging a hole. It's like I saw the shovel next morning, and
your DNA's all over it. One of them had they found a partial or a full fingerprint. See, as I'm getting these back, these are all my tests coming in. DNA positive. And this part that has the rolled up on it, this is where her body's found inside this, but you'll see that nice protection, the heat rolled over the edges, and your DNA and your fingerprints are, So, a bag, some of the stuff was wrapped in a bag, but the bag didn't burn. Well, mitochondrial DNA is on there. Between YSTR, full range DNA, and mitochondrial DNA, you're all over it. And then and you can see that's what we have pictures of. I won't show you this next one because it's disgusting, but her mouth is not burned. So we've got what's called YSTR, but it's a male strand of DNA on her tongue. So that's gonna, I'm sure that's gonna come back to you, and I can show you if you want to see. It's kind of a disgusting picture, okay? And then this, in addition to all the video of you leaving together, the still at Walmart. So, it's all there. What's Grapevine? Huh? Well, and what does Grapevine want to do? Kind of they want to be done. They reached out because they have something that they're not. Okay. Blood on knife matches victim's blood. That's what was recovered from your closet. So, all this comes through. But, I think they're happy to walk away, because they've got you and they don't give a shit. They've already made their case. But I'm a little bit different because I study people, and I try to me, unless you know every answer, then you don't know what happened, all right? The benefit of that to you is maybe these answers can help you, Now, I'll be honest with you,
it's pretty damning.
Well, but I'll be honest with you. You know, if you remember this whole thing and you're a psychopath, serial killer, and you dream about this shit and you do it all the time, and then you should just shut up and tell me to leave and that you don't want to talk to me anymore.
Ranger Holland then skillfully steered the conversation back to Charles's previous relationship and his past stalking behavior, helping him begin to connect the dots in his own mind. He asked open-ended questions that led Charles to recognize the similarities between the loss of control he had felt in the past and what might have triggered the tragedy on the night Jackie disappeared. Through Holland's psychological guidance, Charles gradually began to reconstruct his own actions, as if the fragments of his memory were slowly being pieced back together, one by one.
You ever broke up with a girl? Well, let me ask you this: you ever been stalked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the girl Becca was actually going to go meet, actually it's pretty stalkerish, but...
Okay, and how does that happen? Is that from a girl that broke up with you? Does she turn around and stalk you?
Not so much. Usually part ways with them.
Right. So who stalks you? It's the girl that you kicked to the curb, right? Why? Because they can't take rejection. All right?
I don't even know how I kill someone. Let alone chop them up and burn them. Hitting a shovel at 4 a.m.
Well, some of that. So, you know, again, we talk about the psychosis where you slip into someone else. We don't need to concentrate so much on cutting up bodies and lighting things on fire, all right? Because that's the part where you're in the military, right? You're in mission mode. You're in survival mode. Bad shit happened. Now you need to suck it up and get through it, all right? And that's just SOP of your mindset. I mean, you're a guy who goes in the gym who's supposed to do 10 reps, and instead you do 12 or 15, right? You're going beyond and above, but you're one who finishes a workout. You get done with things. You got a cramp, you're thirsty, you're hungover, you're going to tough it out and get through it. And this is one of those deals where shit goes bad, and now you're mission oriented. Now I got to get past that. That's the, I call it A to G, right? Which is meeting her and things happening, and then you have this middle zone, this G, where shit goes bad, all right? And then you have this, J through Z or whatever you want to call it. Probably don't know my alphabet good enough. Pretty fucking close. But you've got that, which is this after action report, which is, you go nuts and now you need to get rid of things. I'm not so worried about that. I mean, that's explained by someone who freaks out. That's obviously not your nature. That's easy to deal with. What I'm concerned about is that what's the red button issue? What sends this south?
I've never wanted to kill anyone. Actually, it's like, came across me like a crazy bitch, but it's like I've never acted on anything like that. It's like...
Well, and you say something that's interesting. What's the chance that you have this chick and, you're so fucked up drunk that you start picturing Caitlin's crazy ass? I mean, there's something called repression, where basically you're seeing someone in someone else's body. Do you see, all right, forget about this girl who's dead a couple nights ago. Do you see Caitlin with you? Is there a chance that you...
resemble each other.
No. Well, that doesn't make a difference physically. It's what's your mental mindset. How screwed up are you from Caitlin, man?
I'm pretty okay, but just the BS court drama. I'm going to jail and then a job, but...
So you got arrested on this deal?
Yeah.
And what was that for?
Dropping off flowers on a would-be anniversary, got in trouble for trespassing.
Nice, that's classic right there.
Like, that's cool. But,
so you've got some serious issues with Caitlin going on, then. I mean, that's pretty cold of her.
I'm one of them. It's all good.
But
I was trying to get past it. I've been with a few other girls since. It's like I was going on a date.
But you understand what I'm doing? I'm trying to figure this out. What's the chances? Do you see yourself with Caitlin a couple nights ago? Is this a repression thing where your mind is maybe you've been?
I wouldn't want to kill her. I'd still want to work things out. It's like I don't get it. I don't know how I'd go about it. It said zip ties, and then zip tie with hair on it. In the pool, so.
I mean, obviously the pool comes back from your house.
Yeah.
Obviously, because of the blood and everything else, the she's been in your vehicle. You got the bloodied up K-bar knife, in your closet.
In the end, Charles had to stand before the court to face the consequences of his actions in the heartbreaking case involving Jacqueline Ray Vandagriff. Charles Bryant was tried at the Tarrant County Court in Texas, and on September 28, 2018, he was officially sentenced to life in prison for causing the death of Jacqueline Ray Vandagriff, along with an additional 20 years for tampering with and falsifying evidence. The verdict came after more than 2 years of investigation and trial. When investigators examined his home computer, they discovered numerous disturbing search queries made even before Charles met Jackie, including topics related to manipulating the human body and methods of preservation. These searches suggested that he might have harbored dark ideas long beforehand, though no one truly knows what drove him to commit such a cruel act. Even more concerning, data retrieved from his computer contained hundreds of illegal files involving minors. He was further charged with possession of prohibited material and convicted of a third-degree felony for this offense. It was clear that Charles's disturbing and dangerous tendencies hadn't developed overnight. They had been festering long before his fateful encounter with Jackie on that September evening. Was this a sudden outburst from a man who lost control? Or did Jackie simply become a substitute victim for someone he had long been obsessed with? That question may never have a complete answer. The story of Jacqueline Jackie Vandagriff is not just a heartbreaking case retold in a true crime documentary, but also a profound reminder of how fragile trust can be, and how important it is to protect ourselves in every situation. Jackie was a young woman full of dreams, always wanting to help others live healthier and more confident lives. Yet one mistaken act of trust changed the course of her life forever. From this tragedy, we learn that no matter how safe the world may seem, we must always listen to our intuition, stay alert around those we don't truly know, and keep our loved ones informed of our whereabouts. Thank you for staying with us until the end of today's true crime documentary, where we share real stories not only in pursuit of justice, but also in remembrance of innocent lives like Jackie Vandagriff. If this story moved you, please share the video to spread the message of awareness, and leave a comment below as a tribute to Jackie. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel to continue discovering more meaningful true crime documentary stories with us. See you in the next episode.